Welcome. In this video, we're going to go through data modeling. So this is where you're going to begin if you're beginning with a brand new spreadsheet or even an existing one. You're going to identify the objects and fields that we're going to be using in this application. So immediately when you open, you're going to get a list of all your standard and custom objects in the current environment that you're connected to. So you either can scroll or you can search. So let's say I wanted to grab the account object. I could jump into the account fields at this point, or I could just go ahead and start grabbing my objects from here. I could grab the case, contact. One other thing you can do, or a way that you can add objects, is at any point in time, you can jump into the relationship of that object. So let's say for an example, we wanted to grab a related object to the opportunity. I can come in here and I could search for the opportunity product object. And you can see it's a child object. And I can go ahead and say include. If I say include in explore, it will open up, let's go ahead and do that. It will open up that object and I can continue to drill in to the next level of that object hierarchy. Okay, I could do the same for here as well. So if I wanted to grab, let's say the quote, and I wanted to say include in explore, and from here, I could say, maybe I want the quote line. Perfect. So now that you've added the objects, you can jump into the fields. And you'll notice that for each of these objects, the minimum you'll have is the name and ID. That's the default behavior. We also have the ability to grab required fields. So that's why you're seeing a number higher than 2 on some of these objects. So let's go ahead and click on fields. Here's where you're going to get your field picker. You're going to see on the top the selected fields already so far. So I can come in here, I can either search right here, grab my fields. If something is a pick list, you're going to get that visibility here as well. You can search by scrolling, of course, or you could even search by data type. So I could come in here and say, show me all the pick list fields. And I could come in here and I could do everything, or I could just do something like this. And it'll remember your selections. So if I jump from pick list to, let's say, currency, you can do absolutely that. And you're seeing the ticker up top counting the number of fields that we're selecting. And anytime you want to clear your filters, you can just click on this button. Here's where that required field toggle gives you the ability to grab required fields needed to create records. In this case, account name is the only required field. So I'm going to jump to the opportunity. And we're going to take a look at here as well. Maybe we want to get the amount. Maybe we want to get the owner. And so you're going to do that for each of these objects. And let's go ahead and click on this opportunity outside of the fields. And we can go ahead and see a couple other things. So we can see the number of fields. I can get back into that field picker. You'll notice that by default, that the workflow engine is creating a query. So it's created a query against the opportunity object. It's also creating a map. It's assuming that we want a grid, so a list of records. You could change this to a form, so you want a single opportunity, like header fields. It's telling you where this is being displayed, so it's going to create a brand new worksheet called opportunity. You could actually type a different name in here. It's going to create that as well. It also will give you the ability to put this onto another sheet as well. So we're creating an account sheet. We could have the opportunity grid on account as well. So you have a bunch of different options in here. And then a couple other things I'll point out in here is it's giving you some recommendations. You can ignore this, but what this is telling you that is if you're picking opportunities and you also have the account, we're assuming that you want the opportunities related to the accounts that you select or get. So you could say, go ahead and filter by. And now it's saying we've added this filter logic. So when this filter query runs for opportunities, it will get based on this account. And you can see right here that it's starting to create some of the relationship between this. So it's going to start with accounts, then opportunities, and so on and so on. If you do not want the mapping to just auto map for you, you can actually toggle this off. And you'll notice next to here, no default mapping is coming in. So you can turn this behavior off. You can ignore the recommendations. So right here, if you take a look at this, it's going to turn those recommendations off. And then at any point in time, you could just come in here and click Save and Run or Save and Close. And if we go back here, we can always add more objects, more fields, and you can continue to add to your data modeling. Thank you for watching today's video.